thinks that.
All right, here we go.
I did not mean to put car in there.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeff. Are we recording?
We are now.
Okay.
So, anyway, what were you asking me to do? Or is that something not for the recording?
Oh, no. Look, I don't mind showing
Five
some. It's
signs.
just... So,
Your
you know, since this is like our recording wall, okay,
Oh,
I want...
this is radio, baby, not television.
Hey, someday,
Okay,
Patrick,
yeah,
I may
yeah.
put a camera in there.
Oh, good lord. Then people identify me by face and I'll get fired.
I'm not firing you.
Yeah.
Who else is firing you? There's
I
only
don't know.
3 of us here. Do we have a boss?
There's only 3 of us here, and there's only like 7 of us actually watching this, and 3 of them are us. So, yeah.
But yes, I would like to see...
So 10 signs.
Yes.
Didn't I buy you one?
I think I got
I know I bought you one.
somewhere, but I don't
You
think
didn't put
I
it
got
up here because it wasn't food related. Well, didn't I get you a Boston one?
No.
Oh, I thought I did. I know I got you a Boston shirt.
Yeah. You got me that
I thought I got you the old school Fenway one.
Nope.
What the fuck?
I think you would definitely have that up.
I thought I did, man. It had like an old, like 1908 dude.
No, but it wasn't a Fenway thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, this would be actually not from me. It would be from you guys. Things like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah. I want your flavor.
I'm going to get a fucking Yankee thing to put up there.
Put up a Yankee thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to get... Oh, never mind. Where is... do you have Jim Ed's Blackberry?
It is not. No,
What?
no.
Oh, dude, we'd definitely have to show that to you sometime. The most racist sign you could have possibly buy on
I
Amazon.
was telling Roma that I wanted a Confederate flag mat for my kitchen, but I can't find it.
Can't find it.
No, they just don't.
That's where you have to learn how to cross stitch.
Right.
You're gonna talk about
That's
a
it.
new
I'm
hobby.
here to make you one. Yeah.
Just
So it's like Jeff wants some Confederate flag doilies.
no. That's why it would go on my floor. I'm not showing respect to it.
Oh, okay.
So you need the rug.
Right.
I did see so after that I started looking for like Gadsden's and stuff like that. I didn't find anything that looked like it would work.
Gaston flags are easy to find.
Not as floor mats though.
Well, you just buy a regular one and throw it on the floor.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's not because Patrick. They just don't have that sticky bottom. I get it, right? Because
I can just hot glue it to your
Yeah.
floor. You got a complete redneck here, man.
I don't want rednecks. It's just
you
with a
just
mat.
Buy a mat and then just glue it on top of it.
Yeah.
Glue gun.
So thick.
Wait, how thick's a flag?
Oh, flag's gonna be paper thin.
Yeah, exactly.
Do a mat, then glue the flag
Yeah,
to the mat.
that's not gonna make it any thicker.
Like, you really want to stomp all over the Gadsden flag?
No, it's not great. I mean, that's the thing.
That's kind of a half solution.
Yeah,
man.
I know. It's not what I want. I want the fucking like General Lee thing, you know, right there on the ground where my dog walks in, right?
I used to have one.
You got a flag.
Yeah, no, I used to have a
sent it to
flag.
me, yeah.
Kevin sent it to me when he was in New Orleans. I said, send me something that's distinctly from the South.
Oh, shit, he showed me. Yeah. And then you showed your dad and he made a pretty funny joke.
I can't remember what the joke was.
He said they finally got something we can bury art in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, his old workmate. Yeah. So, I don't know. They were going to fold it up and, present it to him on his retirement. So, but I think I might still have it somewhere. So,
You probably do. I can't. I don't know. I've helped you move a few times, but I haven't seen it.
oh, it might be in all the shit that's still in my mom's basement from before I got married.
Oh, okay.
More than 2 decades ago.
Wait a second. Are you still using your mom's house as storage?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've got like 3 boxes of shit in her house. So, and a couple guns.
Oh,
So,
your guns are up there?
some of them.
Oh.
Yeah. That was back when I used to do all the black powder shit. I don't have any of those in my house.
You didn't get rid
Oh,
of those,
wow.
did you?
No, we still
Okay.
got them. So,
That was kind of fun to shoot.
This one.
yeah, Ryan and I took one up like maybe 3 or 4 years. It was before COVID. up to the shooting pit, and we could not get it to work.
Oh, really?
No. It had like something in there got rusty. So over the years, but we could not get it to work.
You weren't worried of it like exploding?
Now that I think about it, well, I was doing something stupid because we packed it all in there, and then it's just pop, then it popped, and it's like, that's still full of fucking powder. And so you got to take the ramrod, and it's got this little attachment that you put on the end that looks like a corkscrew, and then you just drill into the lead ball because it's soft, and then you pull it out that way. But while you're doing that, if anything were to suddenly
Night.
yeah, you're gonna launch that thing to the moon, So, so it might take your fingers with it. Yeah. So,
Did it?
No, I think that's the other one.
oh, okay, sorry. Yeah,
No,
Recording sound.
no, it's.
no, we're still recording. We're good.
If you have this many computers in your house, they are constantly going to be telling you, like, do you want to update your Windows version?
Right.
We'll update it for you.
Yeah, I'll find you a sign to put up there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure I can.
Yeah, I might even have some that I can just.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is.
I don't have any metal signs.
I don't know if any metal ones. I did have a couple of wood ones that my dad carved on the scroll saw that are pretty nice.
Well,
Whoa.
that's certainly welcome.
Yeah.
It's just I want you guys' personality somewhere on that wall.
Okay. I can manage that.
I can manage that.
I can't.
Can we hang some F-14s from your scene? So, I got a P-40 that I'm working on right now.
Are you really?
Well, I've been working on it for 5 years. I could pull it out of the box and resume work on it.
So I don't know what to do, Jeff. It won't go in the bottle.
It won't go in the box.
I think you have to make it
I
in
made
there.
you a UAV once, didn't I?
Yeah.
You still have that?
That's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Or not downstairs. It's
A Predator drone. It was a Predator drone. Yeah. So that was back from our modern war days. Yeah.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
It was like a $5 kit that I saw at Hobby Lobby. And I was like, oh, this is ridiculously appropriate. So as far as gifts go,
fancy. Was it a Revell?
I guarantee you it had snapping pieces.
It was a snap tight.
Well, I glued it for you because I'm not a fucking answer.
When's the last time you gone into Hobby Lobby?
It's been a while. I don't know. The last couple of models that I actually did, they were before my dad died.
You made a tank, didn't you?
I made a tank that was for a guy in my PhD program. So that was probably one of the best models I ever made. So, but he was a tank commander, and he's a cool dude. And I was like, I'll make you something nice.
Did you paint it at all?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Wow.
I even weathered it all up, and I ordered the special decals that had his unit. So,
Wow.
From Iraq, yeah. So
That's pretty awesome.
You can find them, man. There's fucking dirt ass cheap. Like I built an aircraft. Oh, actually, that was after my dad died. Come to think, I built an aircraft carrier for my father-in-law, which is the one that he served on in Vietnam. And I mean, it was like I found that one at Hobby Lobby, but it wasn't the same carrier. But all I had to do was go online, and I found some dude who just had every decal on the face of the fucking planet, and would print them and send them to you. So for like $10. Yeah. So
Man, the internet's great.
it's pretty cool. So
Having to go from store to store to try and hopefully find something.
Just not even store to store like back then, because like where would you get that? So you're sitting there just trying to like draw it.
I'd go to the library and find the book that had it and then try and draw it. Yeah.
Just cut it out.
I'd try and paint it really carefully.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you just find anything.
No, well, a lot of the stuff that like a lot of the things that used to be like serious problems have also been solved by like 3D printing. So,
that's
like,
true.
Oh, yeah.
and thank God, because there are like certain toys out there where it's like, oh, you're missing the gun clip. Everybody's missing the gun clip.
That always breaks.
You order this thing, people just or like toys like our old toys, they have like accessories. Like now they're all like This is the amazing thing. This is the thing where they've come so far, is that these are all like incorporated in the design now.
Yeah.
Where they actually like fold into it, or they have hooks for this. Bullshit. So that was not how it worked back then. You were going to lose these things. So now people just make kits.
Yeah.
Or like replacement hands or
Yeah.
things like that. It's like, this is great.
What a world.
I ordered a shitload of stuff from China. This was like 3 or 4 years ago when I was going to redo my model railroad. So, you know, and one of the most expensive things is like all the actual trains are really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But then like all the like little things, you know, like
like the tiny little man.
the tiny little men are fucking ridiculously expensive.
Probably like cows and stuff too. Yeah.
Cows are terribly expensive. I remember the old one that I built at the old house. You'd go over to the hobby shop over here, and like a little pack of 5 cows was like $10. So yeah. And so I found this guy in China who says, like, what do you want? And I was like, what do you got? You know, I'm sitting there just looking at his website. And I was like, you know what? I want to do an Old West layout. And so I got all these buggies and carriages and all kinds of shit. And they are fucking pristine. And they cost me like a nickel a piece.
Oh my god.
God, yeah, it was like, oh, I'm sold. I'm going to buy 1,000 of these because you're going to go out of business, man. So, you know, yeah. So I'm good the next time I do this, man. So,
well, this is one of the fun things that I learned about anything that's manufactured in China, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a series. There's like the Transformers they do called this Masterpiece series, and I've ordered some of these things, right? What they do is the manufacturing is done in China, right? So what they do is afterwards, okay, the same company that makes the original, right? They'll take the molds, the same molds, run off more, bootleg them themselves, or the other thing that they will do is they'll actually kind of make cooler versions because they'll take the molds, upsize them about 15 or 25%, so they make bigger versions, and then resell them.
Yeah.
The same fucking company bootlegs the shit the guys that got contracts from.
Yeah, but that's a Chinese company, so that makes sense.
I just want you to imagine that because it's the Japanese companies that go over there and they're just like, they're like, okay, now you're not gonna. It's like, oh no,
I'm not gonna steal nothing.
Listen, if the employees run the machines, late at night after everyone goes to bed, I can't really control that. We lock the doors,
dude. It's like that was the whole thing with Elon Musk last week. So, and all the fucking stuff that was going on in China. The China guys didn't really talk about it that much, but it was in a lot of the other news outlets. Right? And they're just basically, well, I mean. So it was in the Wall Street Journal, more so than anything else, about like Tesla's stock took a banging hit last week. And it has to do with the fact that, first of all, he said some shit on Twitter that the Chinese didn't like. Yeah. Which prompted some people to look into it. And the Chinese have like systematically ripped off every piece of technology. Yeah. And so now their EV market is crushing him. And he's like got to cut the prices of cars over there by like 25% just to actually stay in the market. So yeah, because I've actually been actively selling my stock. I've been taking profits like I said I would, and I would notice that I was what happened today? I'm glad I sold this yesterday. So, but I mean, there's quite a bit of it, and so I was like, should I sell more of it? I don't know, man. So, but it did bounce back up a little bit.
Yeah, if my mom sees that it drops, she just buys more.
Yeah, I mean,
she just keeps.
Tesla will probably be okay in the long run. I'm not optimistic about their Chinese operations though, man, because I did do some reading on that. It was kind of like, yeah, you're fucked, dude. You can't even get your money out now. So, well, I got cheap little railroad people.
Yes. And I've got knockoff toys that are amazing. Discount prices, yes.
So how much money has Tesla lost Musk lost since he did the whole Twitter thing? Because isn't that when it started, the whole explosion?
Around then, well, okay, so he spent $40 billion on this. Right. Although that's not
all his money.
No, it's not. So a lot of that was like finance and stuff like that. But the other thing is he, like the entire rest of the tech sector, they ate shit.
Yeah. They ate a lot of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the thing is, if you look at all the layoffs, right, Twitter is down to about 15% of the staff they already had.
That says a lot about what kind of company it was
It
before.
absolutely does. And that's the thing is, when places like Amazon are dumping people, right?
I don't know how Amazon needs to dump people. Like,
Amazon's not as profitable as you think it is. So, yeah.
crazy.
No, they actually didn't make money last year. So,
Wow.
Yeah,
weird. Yeah.
Even Microsoft dumped people, and that's the thing is one of the things that they found is, and even Musk said this. He's like, all of our stocks are extremely overvalued.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the same thing is that's what happened to all the cryptocurrencies too. Is a lot of people looked at it. It's like, wait a minute, what? So, yeah. I still turn this into dollars when I want to buy something. So, yeah, but the thing about like that tech sector and Twitter in particular is nobody can tell me exactly how Twitter was actually getting that cash float before they got bought.
Right.
So I've tried to figure it out a couple times, and my accounting knowledge is limited. But it seems as if like it was just it's Twitter. It's going to make money eventually, and so they'd be like, we need another float to cover payroll. And I mean, most companies do that. They don't actually use cash to pay you. So they use commercial paper that they get from fucking Citibank or whatever.
Just bridge loans, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just month-to-month bridge loans, and so you retire some loans when the revenue comes in, and then you roll them over into new loans so you can take care of your expenses at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And Twitter, I don't know if they were like pledging stock or, I can't not figure it out, man, because Elon Musk comes in and he says, wait a minute, this thing bleeds fucking money.
Yeah.
So
Daily.
Well, but it's a publicly traded company, and ostensibly everybody would know that. Okay, because you still
get all your reports.
Yeah, you get your reports every year, and those reports, those are things that you do not fuck with ever since Enron. So they will gouge you. So
Martha Stewart did time.
Fuck yeah, yeah,
And her shit was penny ante.
I know, but they found out, because they catch you, man. That's what the IRS does. So,
Well, and this was the thing about it is the best thing they can guess is they were basically trading on the overvalued price of their stock.
yeah.
To basically
Keep getting more money.
yeah.
Well, they had a lot of company-owned shares, and so they just pledged those as collateral for those bridge loans. And then Musk comes in and is like, wait a minute, how do you guys make money? Which is kind of a good question.
Well, it's fucking hilarious because I mean, like some of the things. And again, I follow the guy, so this shit is so funny. Like some of the fired employees kind of throw shade at him from time to time.
Oh yeah.
Right? And one of the guys that got booted was the dude in charge of advertising, right?
Oops.
And so he started. That dude started lipping off about how things are like fucked up, and he's just like, and I used to work there. And then the next tweet is like, so let's talk about why you don't. So here's and that's when he breaks down. He says, so here's where we screwed up and you weren't doing shit.
Yeah.
He said, here is the click-through, basically. Here is the attachment of every other social media platform over there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Facebook and Google crush it in terms of advertising dollars
Absolutely.
compared to Twitter.
Well, it wasn't even just
I didn't even
dollars.
fucking know that Twitter had ads for the longest time.
Well, and there was the thing is he wasn't just talking about the type of ads, because I've seen all the ads. Most of the ads are basically like, watch this dog shit show on Hulu, right?
You're raking it in off now.
like,
Yeah.
You got it.
You got it.
No problem. Yeah, and then so he was just like,
Dog shit show on Hulu.
there's so many.
write
Like,
that one
oh
down.
God,
All right, folks, we're adding that one to the list.
well, I mean, like this was. I remember specifically the one that caught me. And I was like, you guys suck. Was when they were doing the TV series for A League of Their Own, which is
A TV series?
Yeah.
The
wow.
funny thing is that you don't know anything about it, which means it came and went
Oh, right.
with no fanfare. But I was like, all right, Now, I actually kind of have a soft spot for that old movie. I actually kind of enjoy it quite a bit.
Fantastic.
Right. But when it's advertising, right, what is the goddamn premise of A League of Their Own? What's the charm of it? Why is that baseball league happening?
Because the guys are at war. Okay.
So, it's the story of the Rockford Peaches, right? It's the story of two sisters in a league, right? That's a family. So you go in there and you look at this and, this is about racism.
Yay, thanks, Hulu.
It's like, you took a heartwarming story about this and said, we're going to remake this as a series, but it's about racism.
See, I would actually watch a series on, like, the Negro League.
Right.
It wasn't that, though.
No, of course not. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think it would have to depend on how it's made. It's the Colin Kaepernick story. God, that was just... And if they do it in any way that is like how cheeseball that was and how just, oh man, it's so horrible.
I don't know why I did this the other day, but I went back. I was watching the new episodes of South Park, which aren't great, but they're not terrible.
No, they're middling, man.
They're definitely middling, yeah. So, but that prompted me to go back and like fish out some of the good ones from the past, and I started going down the entire like 2016 route of those things, and man, they roast the fuck out of Kaepernick.
Remember when you came to me, you were like, after a while having watched that, and you were disgusted because you're like, he didn't come from the ghetto.
No,
he came from like a really well-off family.
family's fine. Yeah, he's got loving parents. He's got everything good. He's got all the skills. You're going. It's like, what?
You were mad. You're like, fuck him.
The entire time. Now, maybe if your best friend was like the poor kid or something that, and you're just always being like, yeah, I saw my buddy that was going through this and all that, and he's just like, nah, man, I can see it. Like, people just look at you different. It's like,
it's all way before George Floyd. Too, man.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Yeah.
So, like the last 5 years have gone by like dog years, man.
Yeah. It's like COVID's in the rearview mirror now, right? And that's an entire era to itself.
Yeah, it kind of is, man.
Yeah.
We talk about things in terms of, well, that was before COVID. In fact, I already think I did that once tonight.
Yeah.
So,
It was, you did.
PC.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
have you guys seen the released tapes of the insurrection?
Yes. This is Will. I gotta tell you, dude, there are some people that need to go and get in serious trouble for this shit.
Like who? What is this?
All the released footage.
So the like 5,600 or whatever hours.
Tons of it.
Oh, all the security cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's been released.
The lies upon lies.
Of
What
just
lies?
selectively choosing what you want to show.
Oh, from the media?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, fuck, we knew that was going on.
Dude, there's shots of like the cops just chatting with the shaman. They're just like, oh yeah, here, come on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this door's locked. Here, let's go around over here. We'll come take you over here. And
Yeah.
It's the best thing is like, oh, so the cop didn't die here. Here he is walking around later, right?
Oh, he died of a heart attack, didn't he, later?
They said
Yeah.
at the time that this was brought, but it's like, no, he's fine. And it's not because of the crowd. He's walking around later.
No.
Right? He's totally fine. Same thing where this is also where the footage shows a lot of the fucking instigators on this. It's the same thing where they found out that's like Ray Epps was lying through his teeth.
Who's Ray Epps?
the FBI guy.
Oh,
That
okay.
was
The guy that was
tweeted.
on the basically the wanted list on that day, off the list the next day.
Is he actually an FBI guy or is he an informant?
He's a full-on FBI guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this is
Did
the
they show the lady get shot?
I haven't seen it, but I don't know.
I mean, now Fox is selectively showing what they want to
Oh, this is
show.
on Fox?
It got released to Tucker.
Why?
McCarthy gave it
Oh,
to him.
that makes sense.
So Tucker's been airing.
Yeah, so you're not getting unedited footage.
I shit you not. Like Schumer and McConnell, right? You saw what they said.
Oh yeah,
They were begging to fucking Rupert Murdoch to say like, you can't release this. You can't
take Tucker off the air. You can't
take it off the air.
Why would McConnell say that?
He's waffling in the middle of.
I know he just has it out for Donald Trump, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's totally on side.
Certainly
The rest of
not best buddies with Chuck Schumer.
No, but I don't know what deal they worked up or something, but they got some sort of backdoor handshake.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is like. So you looked at me crazy. I was like, this seems fishy, Pat. I think this is a false flag. And I think it is.
I don't think so.
I absolutely think it is.
I think it's the dog caught the car. I think I've said that since the week after it happened.
This was man, the shit. Like again, because now they have more of the footage of the guy that's just like the guy that just tears down the barrier, right? He just quietly does, and you can see it when he goes and talks to these people. So they're doing this. You can see where they're literally instigating the crowd. You can see where they're pushing them in.
Who
right?
is?
The FBI guys.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm not fucking around. There's so much interference where this happens because of
These are actual FBI agents, or these are informants within the organizations? Because that's what I've always kind of seen is that, okay, so there might be one guy who's embedded or something like that. But then most of the stuff was actually guys who were informing on the FBI.
Informants don't instigate.
Are you sure? Because I've kind of seen that some of these guys are kind of pushing it in that direction. But
hey, but tell you what,
hey man,
it's out there. Watch it.
I will. So I'm very curious about what's going on with zip tie guys. So because those are the guys that I actually have a problem with. I think that 90% of the people there were just like, hey, fuck, let's go in, which you're not supposed to do. So
the cops invited them in.
But not everywhere. They fought them in other places. So what the fuck's going on with the cops? So obviously some people don't know what the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing if they're letting them in on one side and then fighting them on the other. So
look, they have footage of the cops saying, why aren't we doing this? They do. They have footage of those guys basically saying, why have these guys been sent up? Why aren't we engaging? Why aren't we doing this?
That's a good question. That's good.
But that's what I'm saying.
Their official reason is because they didn't want to escalate things, so they thought it was best to allow them to do their thing rather than create the conflict.
See, I don't think there was actually a meeting beforehand where they said, well, this is what we're going to fucking do.
Well, and then all the failed requests of having National Guard and all these kind of things. And
well, that one's a little bit interesting.
Like they said, because they didn't want to have the optics of having the military.
That was Pelosi.
But you'd rather have the optics of having your capital being overrun by people.
This is my kind of impression of what was going on there. So more so anything else. All right, so maybe the FBI's ginning some stuff up. Okay, they probably shouldn't be doing that. All right, but there were definitely some fucking people there who were like, let's topple the fucking government today, kind of guys. When you show up in tactical gear, you're not LARPing. So, and if you think you're LARPing at that point in time, then I can easily see how you would actually get kind of caught up in it and do something that, gets you shot in the fucking face. So,
but there's only one person that was shot.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
A woman.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one. Well, I don't really want to see that, but we've never gotten a straight story on exactly how that went down.
No,
so,
I haven't heard them bring that up yet, so.
Yeah. Because, if she's sitting there banging on the door, and, they tell her, it's stand down, stand down, stand down. She doesn't do it. Okay, why didn't she, obviously we're getting a little bit too far into this thing, so I don't know. So
yeah, you have got to watch the footage, man. It is
okay. I'll go watch
incredibly telling.
Yeah. Well, I wrote a whole book on this, and the guy's he was there that day. He was a reporter there, covering the shit. That was supposed to go down in the House chamber that day. So the certification, and he made it very clear that nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And so he's there were cops that were standing around, there were cops that were panicking. There were cops who started panicking as soon as some of their colleagues came down and were dripping with fucking snot coming out of their nose because they threw back the tear gas containers at them. So, and so he made it very clear that he was look, man. So nobody thought it was serious until all of a sudden you start hearing glass crash and stuff like that because nobody was paying attention to the fuck what was going on outside. So, I don't know, man. He basically painted it was complete fucking chaos.
Dude,
So,
okay, so the footage I can show you here, well, I can't show you right offhand. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Look, they have footage of the cops talking to the guys in the actual, Capitol room.
he said it was completely different depending on where you were in the Capitol.
No, the dude is straight up, he's like, the cop is like, hey guys, it's like hang out here for a little while, right? He's like, but please, he's just saying like, please don't trash. This is
Don't touch anything.
He's like, this is like the most sacred place, and the guys are like, hey, no problem.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure there were plenty of guys there that were like that.
They're just sitting there, just taking pictures and just walking through and just.
I mean, it's still like, I'm not going in the Capitol building if I have to go through crashed doors in order to get into it. That's just a bad sign.
But it wasn't. They're holding the doors open,
but
man.
not everywhere, man. There's that whole picture and that whole scene of the dude who's smashing it with the fucking flagpole. That's not made up.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Okay, I understand that there are bad actors in there, but the fucking thing was set off by the fucking feds.
I don't know, man. I mean,
they're recorded. They're set. Fucking the dudes have to get inside the Capitol.
Fed's not going to actually just set people up like that if there's not an underlying motive that needs to be addressed behind it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. There's a motive that seems like it was orchestrated.
Yeah. I don't think
for turning down the additional support for people that are in the know, saying, "Hey, we have intel that there's going to be a large amount of people. We should have more security," and they're just like, "Nah."
See, that one's kind of interesting, and that would explain a little bit why Mitch McConnell would want that released, because he was one of the guys who shot that shit down. So, in particular, because there's 2 sergeant at arms in the Senate, one is senior, and that dude reports directly to fucking Mitch McConnell. So
yeah, I mean, it seems like it wasn't maybe necessarily 100% orchestrated, but they were just like, we can channel this. We know we can. Yeah. I don't know if they expected it to go.
I think there were a couple of bad actors in there. The zip tie guy's the one that I kind of point to, because he was a former colonel in the Air Force. He was one of these Pentecostal guys, who's consistently preaching for the downfall of America, and Barack Obama's the worst fucking thing that ever happened in the country, and it's like, there are dangerous guys out there like that. So I have no problem with the FBI fucking setting those dudes up. So,
but like the shaman guy,
no, he's just
nothing. Like, they have literally footage of him, every step he took throughout the whole thing, and he's just like,
well, the cops are with him.
Yeah, obviously he's just having conversations. He's just doing this, and it's just like, you guys made him in the poster boy for all this. Like, dude, that sucks to be that. Like, I get you're not supposed to be in there, but when you're just chilling with the cops and they're just like, "Hey, come on, Dad, come here, do this," and and then it's just like, "No, you're the fall guy," and it's like,
no, that guy was clearly harmless. So I mean, if he was some kind of leader of some kind of thing, he would have fucking slide tackled him. No, he's just a dude who showed up. Yeah. I mean, if you actually read his background and stuff, he's kind of a sad case. So, and things like that. He got drummed out of the Navy.
It's like, when you look at it, it's like, okay, why is this guy the post? It's like that would be like if something happened at a Raiders game, and they're like, the guy in the Pharaoh outfit is the fucking ringleader. Pharaoh man.
But I mean, they were showing stuff of the media's reaction, and they're just like, "Yeah, that guy needs to be shot. Like, you can't be doing that." Kind of stuff. When it all went down at first, they're just like, this is 100% criminal. You can't transgress. You need to shoot these guys, and it's like, dude. Now that you see the footage, it's like, if you would have shot him,
then they wouldn't be showing the footage.
Dude,
sure.
That was the other part where they said the guys were like, we need to evacuate the staff, right? And they turned them down.
Right. Who did?
They got, I don't know who gave the order, but basically they had the cop there. It was like, the protocol was get the staff out, right? And that was rescinded. It's like, no.
It's just weird.
Not to mention,
very illogical.
Pelosi's kids were there filming that day.
I'm going to go with it. It was just a complete shit show. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on, except for a couple zip tie guys who are going to try and actually do something bad. So
it seems like that they were guided to it, and then they were just like,
Well, that was Donald Trump. He did that. He's like, go march down there.
But they knew he was going to do that. They knew all these kind of things.
Right.
They knew what they could, the show that they were wanting to create.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So
It's total bullshit.
I don't think it's complete bullshit. I think there's definitely some guys in there that did not fucking belong there, and they had malfeasance on the brain. I do not think it was most of them. I do not even think it was a large majority or minority of them. I think it was a couple dozen really dangerous dudes who I'm glad the FBI got them. So
No, that's fine. You want to get those guys, that's okay.
those are the guys that I want. Everybody else, I have no beef to. Other than the fact that you don't fucking vandalize the Capitol.
If that many,
those who didn't, fine.
if that many people there could have done nothing after the summer of riots, it would have said just monumental stuff.
Yeah.
To have seen that kind of crowd do nothing, but so be it.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, it's ridiculous that it's gotten to what it's at now. But
and the COVID shit was no joke today either.
What was the COVID shit?
Well, this is
the lab thing.
yeah.
What, lab leak?
Well, it's just saying whether it was lab or switching from animal jumping species.
They've been banging on that for a few days now. So
Watch the stuff that came out today. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but this was the connections on who was and who wasn't informed was fascinating. Watch the testimony today.
Okay.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Well, Fauci was clearly informed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah. And I mean, just the whole way that it was presented was just ridiculous from the start. Like, there was no way you would have had conclusive evidence one way or another in the beginning to have told anybody that you're wrong or a conspiracy theorist or
it's not even possible.
anything. Like, there's
Unknowable.
Yeah.
Well, and this was what came out today was, so the guy that's pushing on that, so everybody is saying, like, yes, it's entirely possible. In fact, these are the guys that are reporting, like, based on the look of this is engineered. Right. And then, so there's two guys that are basically signing off, and the other dude, there's another guy, he's with the CDC. He's being left out of this, right? He should have been the first guy that was being emailed. It should have been him and Fauci, right?
Well, he was the guy who spoke out, and so they cut him out of the entire process.
Correct.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They weren't emailing him on this.
No, man.
There were two guys.
For funding, fuck.
Well, this is the part that gets a little bit, actually kind of really sketchy, is, so there's, two guys in Fauci, and they're bouncing emails around. These have been revealed, right? And so these other two guys are like, look, here's what the data shows. We can't rule this out because it looks engineered, right? Sure. Emails go, 2 days pass, right? The two guys turn 180 degrees. And what they find out is, this is like 30 days later, right? They both received like $9 million grants.
Yeah. Maybe.
Watch the shit, man.
I get that, man. But a lot of people don't know how fucking grants work. So those grants are probably in the pipeline for months before COVID was even a thing.
Just watch.
I will. But I mean, like, I'm getting super skeptical of 90% of the shit that I see out there just because it's so fucking edited anymore and it's presented every single time.
It's totally one-sided or the other.
Right.
There's
you really got to sit down and fucking read shit, before you can actually get an accurate picture on something that you give a shit about. So,
well, but either way, there's no way you should have been able to say conclusively that it's absolutely one way or another. There's no way at that point that anybody, any scientist,
and he was the only one banging that drum.
Yeah.
Who, Fauci?
Yes.
Well, who was the other? There was another guy. It was Billington or whatever his name is.
I don't remember.
It's like his number two guy. So there's two agencies that sit side by side. The NIH is one of them, and that's Fauci's, and then the other one is
the CDC.
No, that's the guy who got cut out, right?
Well, yeah, he was the one that got ostracized on this.
Yeah, no.
But he should have been.
There's another guy that sits next to Fauci.
Yeah, that's another dude that, again, they have the emails that said,
Right, okay.
we don't think this looks like this, right?
Yeah.
They're the ones that turn 180 degrees in 2 days, and we're the only ones getting emailed.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah. So,
But it's also, if you're trying to do a cover up of something like this, like there's so many clear things that you did wrong. Like it's so hard to think that
it'd be impossible to hide.
It's like a kid trying to lie and cover his tracks.
Right.
Like, no, we have film of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to stick to my lie.
It's like nobody else here can eat that many Cocoa Puffs.
It's just so bad for if this is such that big of a kind of a cover up and a push. Like, how in the world would you not think you're going to get caught?
Well, look at the January 6th shit. Look, the whole thing on this was, what was that? They had all the footage. They elected to show, as a matter of fact,
the 1-6 hearings, whatever.
I mean, on top of this here, the guys that are incarcerated now, my understanding is they couldn't use this evidence at their defense, which is absurd.
It is, yeah. Right?
And this is what we're talking about. So they're like, okay, we're going to control what comes out here. It's like, go fuck yourself. That's ridiculous. No matter how this turns out, you guys should have never sat on this and said, we're just going to release these selective clips.
And show them over and over and over.
That should have been public information to everyone from day one.
Just like the body cam footages of the police.
Absolutely.
If you choose not to show something, everyone's just like, whoa, what are you hiding there?
Absolutely.
Instead of this, it was just like, nah, we're good.
No, this is we've seen it. We've made the decision.
Yeah,
right?
we're good. We're good with this. So it's all been weird. Like, I don't know if this kind of stuff's been going on for ever. And these guys are so bad at covering this stuff up right now that we're like, dude, really? So
I think it's just short-sightedness on their part. I mean, obviously the footage was going to come out eventually. Obviously,
there's no way you could just bury it for.
Of course not. You're not going to stay in power forever. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? So Fauci's in the same boat. So if he actually if he does turn around, if it's his stamp of approval on those 2 fucking grants, okay, you better answer some questions, buddy. So, I mean, it's like so hard to cover anything up in that sense because
something this
especially if you have like 2,000 people who are there.
Yeah.
Come on. So, look, or you have a disease that kills 7 million fucking people across the face of the planet. So.
Well, and this is the question, right? So the piece of this that comes in is like, so why would he do that?
Why is he
save his own ass, of course. Well, so obviously, so here's a guy who's got this long and storied career. He's like the favorite medical guy of everybody in Washington because he hits all the parties and shit like that. He's the candy man who can dish out grant money. And so he makes a bad call in the beginning and is too fucking proud to back on it. It's completely ego. So,
Well, I mean, that's where the question is this something that basically he did for his own ego? Are there any other people involved? I don't know.
I'm sure there's a few.
That's
he might have a couple buddies that he's trying to cover for as well. Sure.
Or wanting to protect China or whatever. Like,
well, the China thing is weird, man, because that involves a lot different. There's a lot more arms on that octopus than there are just like Fauci's own ego.
But it seems like it's got to be bigger than just Fauci being like, yeah, I don't want to get busted here.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's the guy at the control switch who can actually do that, then his motives that matter. So,
or is he basically the only person that can be directly tied to something where he takes the fall for something a lot of people are doing? You know what I'm saying?
It's possible.
Like when you're the only name that can be attached to this, but everybody's doing shit, right? I don't know.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff out there that I've been talking in the last 6 months or so about gain of function research and things like that, about how it was kind of like a norm for a while, but Fauci was the guy who's kind of stepping on the gas.
Uh-huh.
I'll ostensibly on surface value believe that he was doing that because he did want to try and prevent a pandemic.
Agreed.
So
I don't think he tried to do this on purpose.
No, I don't think it's a Chinese bioweapon either. So
no.
You know, but obviously it's a stupid idea to do that kind of research now, you know. And they're all that money that they were going to try and get for grants and stuff like that, which is fucking minuscule compared to, like, you know, other things that the government spends money on, but, you know, it makes or breaks your career as a researcher. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's gone now, and we're never going to do anything with China again. So obviously, so
Fauci wouldn't have had the power to like get people to say it's disinformation to say.
I don't know. He might. It depends on who he needs to say that.
Well, that's yeah.
If he's the candy man, you know, and he dishes out candy grants or grant candy, then maybe
that's part of the Twitter files, man.
It was,
is treat this as disinformation. I mean, there's communication. This is the shit that's been released, right? So when you go out there and you control that end of it, say, all right, everybody's like, ban them.
Yeah. Yeah, FBI's got no business telling Twitter what to do. So
I mean, look, this is the other shit.
He's gonna lose his job. that FBI agent who was in charge of that division. So that guy's fucked.
Right, so, I mean, and this is the stuff that goes into this. This is like the medical part that's really pissing me off. Is like, again, this is whole with the quote unquote the science thing, right? There were plenty of doctors that were willing to disagree with this.
Yeah.
Right. And you silenced them all until there was only one voice. But the thing is about about these kind of things is there's no formal like consensus. There's no one person where it's like, well, I'm the monarch of doctors, right? This is something where, well, how'd you do this? It's like, well, I treated this many people, right? And I read this book, ergo I leveled up here, spent these points.
The world, a lot of video game with it.
Right. So when it comes down to it, yeah, we don't have any level 20 fucking super wizard doctors where you say like, oh, this is why you can make this consensus. No, you guys are all out there doing your own shit for the most part, except in like some small groups, or you're part of this committee or whatever, right? So it's like, you don't really get to say like, oh, well, discard this doctor, discard this person, these people. It's like, no, and this is not where it's like the science, right?
Or selective science.
Now, I understand if you went out there and said like, well, this is what my chiropractor says about COVID. Like, well,
I stayed at a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, that's kind of it. But all the rest of you, it's like, you all went to the same amount of medical school. You all had to start out in the ER, basically, and then you specialized into something else. You're not that distinguished from you guys have the same. You can ask like two nutritionists the same question, and they'll give you different answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to cite that as an example. So you ask 5, you're going to get 5. You're going to get 6 different answers.
And that's what you're supposed to do in science. You're supposed to get all these different ideas, and then you work your way through to find out what the facts are. You don't just go, these are the facts, the rest of y'all can shut up. That is not the scientific method.
Well, the other thing that it takes is it takes fucking time.
Right.
So, and that was the one thing that nobody's willing to give up, you know, at that point in time. So nobody was like, well, I don't really know. Let me just wait a little bit. Everybody's like, do we have a fucking shot? So do I need to wear a mask? So can we go back to school? So, you know, it was like nobody had any fucking patience.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know.
No, you're right.
Where's my toilet paper coming back? So where's my Amazon guy? So
Can we go to work?
am I annoying? Where's my check? I haven't got my check yet. Trump, I'm supposed to have some bucks coming your way from you. Where are they?
Yes, where are those Nixon bucks?
Nixon dollars. 300 smackaroos.
Dude, just speaking of like that, it kills me every time that I keep seeing that thumbnail, and I just love the fact that the reparations were buried in the dirt the whole time the dog fell.
Oh, you mean the one that you mean? Yeah, that one's for
Passing by, and it just keeps trying. It's like, here they are.
there. Yeah.
We hit him amongst the poor.
Back, and I was looking at some of the old episode titles. You gotta go look at some of them. It's not just dropping animals for science. There's one that's like Canadian lesbian haircut. Gotta put that in the machine, dude.
I think we were making fun of Justin Bieber. Yeah, he's got a Canadian lesbian haircut. Yeah. Oh my god! But yeah, it's just advertising. It's like, found him. Dish these out. Yeah. This is what we've been fighting over.
This solves the whole problem. We just got some right dogs out to the neighborhoods. There you go.
Go, boy, find money. Yeah, it was amazing. I don't know why it keeps kicking that one up on my YouTube, but I keep seeing it, just keep cracking me up. And that Mel Gibson one it's a thing of genius.
We need that as like an album cover.
Christ, man. Yeah, that's.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. Something with him getting eaten by cats, but maybe
I don't remember, man. Dude, look, this is the same thing like the other day. Like, I keep forgetting what the Jaws thing was about, but but
you see those two orange munchkins every single time.
Yeah, there's those. What's crazy is those things actually have like the proper like base of gravity too.
Yeah, it nailed it. And then, like, I did
physics into account.
I did like 9 of them at once, where it kind of generated, and nothing came close like to that. And I was just like, "Whoa, all right, locked in. You're good."
I don't know though, man. So like the reparations detected one, the title does match the picture. So the Trump one, it's like, what? It's like no respect for our audience whatsoever.
Well, that's my fault. I didn't really understand the.
No, it's our fault because we decided to title them. Yeah,
I didn't really understand what that, because it was Marty.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a beat with Marty McFly, and I was like, man, I don't remember anything like this. I was like, I don't even know what to toss into the machine with the title.
Well, no, the Spit Dogs have nothing to do with land democracy. I see that one. That one pops up on my feed all the time. It makes me jump a little bit every time I see it.
No, and I argue that the image should be just whatever the prompts, whatever they generate the best image. If they do match up, great. But if there's actual art that comes out as a result of the rest of the prompts.
Because Mel Gibson eaten by cats is not the title, I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I do my best to try and incorporate the title.
Okay.
No, absolutely.
I definitely do.
Go with whatever. I'd say go with whatever's best.
But you definitely would, if I had used the title on that one, you would have had Marty McFly on a beach.
And see, that works too. Yeah, that actually kind of works. Its own beauty.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the show because I didn't listen to the show yet. I'd have been like, all right. Marty McFly's going to be on some sort of hoverboard at the beach.
See, that absolutely works. Yeah. So that one could be a movie poster. Yeah.
I know the guy
that goes to the beach.
So last one was Great Wing Troll Farm, huh? Did you put that one in?
I have not. I will be doing these when I get home tonight. So
that's why I said that one I picked just because I thought it would generate fun artwork.
I will be spitting these up tonight.
Yeah, that one might be interesting. So
have fun with it. That's very perfect. Huh?
I actually had training I was supposed to do, so I actually did the word training. I know, it's shocking.
Gross.
Wow.
I think I did my sexual harassment training a little while ago. Now it's
Is it signed off for like 3 years?
No, we have to do it every fucking year.
Ooh.
So, any institution that takes money from the government, there you go.
Oh, I see.
So
I don't know if ours is officially called like sexual harassment.
Is it all part of like a hostile work environment?
I think so.
Yeah.
Something. Or they give it some other fancy title, something, I don't know.
ours is so bad.
Where you just kind of click through the video.
Yeah. Well, now they have things that you have to erase or things that you have to line up right.
Do you like erase a hand that's in the wrong place? And
I wish. That'd be a little bit more entertaining.
You cannot put your hand on
Erase all the things that you shouldn't stare at for more than 3 seconds. So,
yeah, I'm seeing where you're going. I guess I was picturing more like Operation.
yeah.
Like, no, it is totally okay to put my hand on her butt. Why
Do not
does that
touch
keep
this part of the
buzzing?
students. Yeah.
Right. You just you put it anywhere. It's like near the shoulder. You know, it's definitely
Going in for the hug.
I know. It's like at this point, when I was teaching high school, that was no problem. Like, even though they said like, "Hey, be careful with this," there were still people that did it. At this point, I'd be like, you know, get away from me.
Yeah,
Like, not in a weird way. It's just like, I have to treat you like you have the plague, right? Because
Well, no, you're the one that has the plague, so you're just protecting the kids. They
you know
can't-
that's true. Yeah,
They're allowed to mingle and all that stuff. but
yeah.
I have the plague, so you all just stay away.
Oh, sorry, guys. I got to think about being touched. I'm sorry.
It's weird. This disease I have, it's got a 6-foot barrier.
Yeah.
Remember COVID? Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah, it's circulating as we
Stop.
speak. Yeah.
6 foot.
So you sent me a video.
Oh, I did. Did you watch it?
I watched your video.
Yeah. City Skylines 2 is coming out, so Jeff and I are going to be.
You're going to be
signing off
gone
a
for.
while. Yeah.
What was the release date? Or
They did
I was
not
gonna
give
say,
one.
yeah.
So we're good for a while. Star Citizen got delayed till September. So
No surprise there.
yeah, right, and that was one thing that virtually the entire like games review shitpost literature journey machine agreed upon.
What are you saying?
I can't stand those people anymore, man. You've been down that job for years, and you were totally right. So you know.
yeah.
It's just absolute like a hive mind, and I mean I cannot help but like click on any article that has anything to do with Hogwarts Legacy
Yeah.
because it's like almost cut and paste paragraph up front now.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't matter the outlet, doesn't matter who's writing it. So, you know, it has at least 6 different links to quote unquote J.K. Rowling's transphobia. So sometimes rampant, sometimes vehement transphobia. So, but they're all linking to things where she's basically like saying, these are women. Then it's like, oh, that really? I thought you had something that was really like hot and bothered and
No.
drunken Scott Adams fit of rage.
No, the tweet you're looking for that doesn't exist is, I want them gone.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the panicked one where it's like, get him out of here.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Yeah.
I don't want to catch this.
Not in my Britain.
Yeah.
The Bible says.
Yeah, that's fucking like sling blade shit. Or is it man not supposed to play with other man? You know, but yeah, you're right. It's games journalism is just it's a circle jerk of the world's worst people that
So-
don't want to be doing the job they're doing.
They can't stand it. So they'd much rather be marching in another BLM rally or something like that, you know?
They're like, this is what I'm here to report
Right, yeah.
on. It's like, no, you're here to report on like, wow, the draw distance in Team Fortress 3 is not
yeah.
what I expected. So for you graphics guys out there, you're going to be a little bit let down. But the gameplay guys,
My God.
I'm having such a fun time with this. Oh my goodness. These are the same assholes that sit there like every other article is like, you know, there aren't enough difficulty options in these games.
Oh, right. Yeah.
These are not accessible.
Yeah.
Yes, ableist.
It's not accessible. Yeah. So it's like, I'm sorry, it doesn't have journalism mode, huh?
Which
That's a thing, William.
that-
What?
That's a thing. Yeah.
What's a journalism mode?
It's where you don't fight nothing. You just walk through it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, it's a thing.
it's an
Yeah.
easy way to play through the game so that you can see
How the game? Like, is that available for people, or is this just for the?
in games where they're making fun of it. Yes.
There are a couple of games that have journalism mode in it, and they're just kind of tongue in cheek. But there's a lot of games out there where it has like combat free options. So
And you just walk through the game and
story mode, yeah.
scroll through and
So it's so like people can review it and see through this stuff without having to learn, like, so.
Do you get to hold a camera as like the character?
No, it's just
Like,
it's like a normal game, but rather than like fight 1,000 enemies, it's just like pew pew pew, and they're all dead. So yeah,
so the enemies still show up. They're not like escorting you.
yeah.
Wait,
Behind the lines, yeah. VIP coming through.
Right?
do you have your badge? All right.
But yeah, you got these people. It's like, so you're supposed to be reporting on how the game plays. Well, you didn't play it.
Well, yeah. Wow. Well, why don't they just be movie critics?
Because there are movie critics.
Oh.
And you know what? They're so bad at movie criticism that there are so many shit critics, and they can't even find room in that avenue. Most film critics out there, like, we are long a ways from the days of Gene Shalit, Roger Ebert, you know, your Richard Ropers and everything like that, where there are people that are trusted opinions. It is a bunch of fucking dicks that...
Their own blogs and...
Well, it's not even their own blogs. It's like, so the whole thing is you feel a little bit important because you got to see Mandalorian Season 2, 6 episodes, right? You got to see the release copies early, right? So do you want to still keep seeing those early? Then you better give it a good review. Or the tiny little juice that you have in this industry disappears. Because they're not going to send you shit if you're going to light them up. You get to go see Quantumania 2 days early, right?
All right, I want to be a critic. I want to go see it 2 days early.
Then you have to sign an NDA, so can't tell other people about it.
It's fine. I don't talk to many people.
Okay.
But this is what I'm talking about. Is your
Why
one?
do you need to see it early?
I'd like to.
Why? If you can't tell anybody about it. Just
For
like
my own personal satisfaction.
Okay. All right.
I'm good with that.
All right.
You can write like little reviews that give nothing about it. You can just say like, "Boy, I liked it."
It was a movie.
You mean those same bullet points that are on the commercial?
Yeah.
Watch. Must see. Action-packed. Suspenseful. Edge of your seat.
Cultural moment of the decade.
Yeah, I don't think I can say those.
No, you can say it.
I can't do those parts.
That's the kind of bullshit that keeps getting you going to these shows early.
Yeah, I guess I can't. Because I really don't look for the cultural moment of the decade. I just want to be entertained.
That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, this is why like critics, right? This is why the best thing you can do is actually find some people on like YouTube that you trust. And usually they release shit about this about, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks afterwards, because that means they watched the fucking movie and thought about it.
Right.
Like, I triple dog dare you guys to go look up the pre-reviews. Basically, take a look at like Twitter was saying before Rise of Skywalker actually released to the general public. And you will have, the whole thing is just basically, I was like, these are tears of joy, guys. It's just like...
I don't think I could stomach that, man.
Was that the first one? Or
No, that's the last one.
That was the last one?
There was...
I don't remember what the three of them are called.
Well, so, like, to go back to dog shit on Hulu, right? It doesn't matter what they're called. It doesn't. It doesn't. Why?
I have no idea what they were. I thought Skywalker was...
So it was The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi,
that's right. Force
and then
Awakens.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
What's your last name? Oh,
That's right. I thought it was Rise of Skywalker just because... Wasn't Luke in the first one?
He was at the very end of the first one.
That's why I thought it was
He was
called.
in the
Right.
second one way too much.
And then
Force
he's in the
Awakens,
second one,
Drinking
and they're making
green.
fun of him.
Walrus tit milk.
Yeah.
That movie hooked me.
Well, that was like for all, and I mean, we're not doing this for Star Wars. This is only for context of the rest of the things. Is like at that point, it was like, well, good job, guys, you got them all. There's nothing left from when I was younger that you guys haven't, tainted and done a shit job with.
I can't believe you wouldn't want to see the last one just to see how terrible it is.
I don't know, man.
Like that, you don't even
painful.
have that itch. Like,
no, it's just I don't. I'm like, I didn't grow up in a household where I was told to eat everything on my plate, and so it was like, if you can't stomach that, don't eat it. So
but aren't there bad movies that you want to watch just because they're so bad?
I didn't know.
No, you don't have that desire.
I've seen enough bad movies that they don't really change, man. So I remember I've watched all different forms of Tremors and most of the Starship Troopers.
There's more than one?
There's a shitload of them, Will.
There's at least 3 that I know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they actually make it through eventually. It's awful.
I had no. Are any of the actors carried through?
Casper Van Dien shows up in 1 and 3.
Yeah, in one of them. And then
There's no way Neil Patrick Harris came back.
no, he's like, I'm far too important to do this shit yet. There was one guy, it might be Jake Busey, actually comes back in one of them. I can't remember. I might be getting that mixed up with Tremors too. So Tremors, the one thing that's constant is all of them have Michael Gross in them. So yeah.
I don't know.
Either as his great granddad cowboy Michael Gross, or like
Younger versions?
yeah, like kind of like a Back to the Future kind of version. Yeah. So
An origin story kind of thing?
yeah, no, more like, these things are more complicated than we thought they were. So yeah, we need to get this guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did they ever like work it full circle to eventually say that like the Tremors? That I know that's not what they're called, but the Tremors are.
Graboids.
What are they called?
Graboids.
Graboids?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they ever like come full circle to say that actually we're responsible for this?
That's
We're the men.
radioactive waste.
We did
somehow.
this.
Yeah, there is a little touch of that, I think, in the last one.
Right.
So, but there's also a thing where they're like, well, they've always been here, but we provoked them by drilling in this.
Right.
Okay,
They were
that's fine.
sleeping and
Yeah.
and
That I have okay. That's worked since Godzilla. There's a version of that is okay.
Yeah, but there's mutations of them that we are responsible for. Yeah.
our sewer waste has been seeping.
This one ate something that it shouldn't have, and now there's little ones running around that can fly. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
They fly?
Oh yeah. Then it's done by farting. I shit you not.
Yeah, they fart.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's kind of funny because it's such a deep troll, man, that it's kind of like, yeah, we know we're making dog shit.
Oh man,
So,
that's priceless.
yeah, they fly by farting. Yeah. And they can see in infrared. So, yeah.
Oh, I can kind of see that if they're underground. Like
Well,
you might
remember
be-
before it was all vibrations.
Oh,
That's how Walter.
Right, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And Lester, no, that's no good, Lester.
That's right. Wow. Okay. I had no idea
That-
the shark that.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm sure you got it.
They jumped shark on the second one. I hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
I'd only seen the first movie,
That's
right?
all I
Oh, no.
And then I don't remember which awful network was.
Yes.
With sci-fi.
No. This was on the rig. So I had never seen the rest of these, and so the guy that I was working with, Dan, he's like, "We're watching these tonight." And this is just like, there were 2 nights where it was just sequel after shitty sequel, and I can tell you which ones it were. So it was Tremors. By the time I got to the third one, I'm like, Dan, you have got to change this.
Oh, you could have watched the Old West one?
I didn't. I got to the third one. I got to like, it's like they're fart flying, Dan. I can't do this.
They flew that early?
You're right, that is the third one. The Old West one is the fourth one.
I didn't make it to the Old West.
And then there's the one where they're like ice tremors. So,
I sure as shit didn't make the ice.
yeah, okay.
I
And then there's another one after that, but yeah. But we're kind of capturing them for fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought they'd be
yeah.
like techno tremors.
Okay. Yep. No, that's the Friday the 13th, Rob. The other one where again I hadn't seen these was 6 hours back to back of Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next.
Those are so bad after the first one.
Yeah, the second one, I never saw the third one.
Nothing redeeming about these movies.
The third one is completely unremarkable. The second one at least still has Chris Tucker in it.
No.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
He's got his dad's got Debo in it. So yeah.
But they're like, it's hijinks.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid. Yeah. So it's his uncle hits the fucking lottery and moves up to Beverly Hills. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And all they do is like fucking talk about black sex toys and things like that.
Yes, that's the one with Terry Crews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. That's the whole, like, he's gonna kick their ass or rape them or something. I don't remember. Whatever it was, just nothing was funny. I remember that they're hiding out in like this hotel room for like the longest time.
From a Mexican gang, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't it?
I can't
I had no idea. I guess I didn't even watch the second one.
There was like a white stoner guy who was like Shaggy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I do remember that one. It was so fucking bad.
Yeah, and watch the one after this. Again, it's like,
That one's got the Mexicans.
Dan, tell me there aren't more of these. It's like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
That's where I put my headphones on. It's going into my computer.
Yeah, the Ice Cube dropped out.
Yeah, by the third one.
I thought he did the third one.
I don't know if there are 4 or not. I watched, again, I didn't know there was this. When I told you that, you're like, but Jeffrey, there's a Tremors 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're kidding me.
Old Starship Troopers is up to something like that now, too. So.
Yeah, I think they had like an animated series and stuff too.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
So.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't look. I was with guys that like read the book and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, I can't remember the dumb conversation. It was like, well, it wasn't until like the 4th one where they actually got it right. Like, it's like, wait, what?
Well, I guess it's better than watching Idiocracy for like 25 times or something.
It's fine once.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I can do that movie one time.
One.
Yeah. That movie's not as clever as people think it is.
It's not as dumb as people think it is, but it sure as shit is not as clever as people think. It's just a comedy. It's that.
I know, yeah.
It'd be like if you're sitting there, like, you wrote your college thesis on Caddyshack. You know, it's the same thing.
Not
It's
as good
just
as
a fucking
people remember.
comedy.
Yeah. So I know people who worship that movie, and it's just like, yeah, you guys just like the gopher scenes. I know. So, you know, yeah, because it's got Bill
I don't
Murray.
think I actually watched the whole. I don't think I watched Cat.
You don't know where
I know the one-liners.
I think you know the cultural touchstones.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
So did you see the Super Bowl commercial that was based off Caddyshack?
Yeah.
No.
Where it's got like Serena Williams or one of them trying to like putt into the hole and like
It's a Miller Lite commercial for crying out loud. So
If I had seen that,
you'd be just
I'd be-
irate.
well, no. Look, I don't stand up for Caddyshack. Look, here's the thing. You know what I like about Caddyshack? Rodney Dangerfield. But that's the thing. I even like the movie where he's an animated dog.
Movie is that?
Rover Dangerfield.
Rover Dangerfield. That movie's good.
I like it.
Yeah, it's funny. So
I like. He's good in Ladybugs. I mean, this is the thing is I like Rodney Dangerfield, and Caddyshack is fine, but it's one of those like, guys, stop telling me to watch this again. It's not a classic. Stop telling me to watch the Blues Brothers. I've seen it. Stop telling me to watch fucking Spaceballs. I've seen it.
Right.
We have an episode titled "Spaceballs is Stupid" or something.
I couldn't finish Spaceballs. Like it was.
You couldn't even finish it?
Spaceballs sucks. Is what
Yeah,
they
actually,
call it.
It was so bad.
Fight us. Yeah. You actually didn't finish it. You didn't even make it to the end.
No, it was so bad. I couldn't do it. I can't do a lot of the just outright dumb comedies. I just can't.
Well, no, and it's not. I don't hate like all of these movies here, right? It's just there's this weird pantheon where they say this is like the greatest. It's like this is the funniest thing. It's like if it was funny, you'd be laughing instead of reciting the fucking lines. Like the weirdest thing. So this is what I heard about like Andrew Dice Clay back in the day, right? So Andrew Dice Clay had this thing where he'd be reciting these raunchy nursery rhymes, right? And here's the thing is, if you listen to the shows, nobody's laughing. They're just reciting them with him.
Oh.
Right?
It's kind of like Jeff Foxworthy concerts.
Kind of. Where
you're a redneck.
Yeah. It's weird because all they're doing is just reciting. It's like, you guys don't think it's funny. You guys just like being part of something. And I think that's it. It's the same kind of thing like when people talk about like Fast Times at Ridgemont High is the greatest movie. I was like, nah,
no,
I wasn't there. I've seen it now. I don't give a shit.
I was not that entertained by it.
No, it's kind of meh. So there's a bunch of movies that like people associate from our generation as being like these fucking amazing things, and you know I look back on them, I'm like, yeah, that was one of them. So you know, and then there's like. You know, a couple others that
no, I can walk through them. Like I can sit there and say, like, and this is recent because speaking of dog shit on Hulu, History of the World Part 2 comes out.
So awful.
I didn't see that.
No. This is the movie. It's a new movie.
I know. I mean, it's like some things you just leave them dead and buried, man. So that movie, the original, is an extremely acquired taste. So
all right. Much like anything Mel Brooks, you on most of these movies, you have to be willing to give a lot, right? There's a lot of things where if you say like, well, this is dumb, I give up, right? you can't. If you want to get to the good stuff, you have to commit to being like, yeah, I gotta sit through a bunch of like old time fucking vaudevillian halfway ass. Like you have like every one of these stupid movies is gonna have something where the whole crowd is gonna be like, bleh, right? And they're gonna do that 20 times because it's something that was funny in fucking 1923 in the goddamn Catskills, and that's where he comes from, right? So you have to wait through that to get like, well, they're rolling a huge joint, or it's like
that is so bad though, man.
I know, or you're like you get to the funniest thing is like, oh shit, that's Arthur, right? She's awesome. Why isn't she in more of this?
Right? Why is she only in this one part that she killed? So just by banging on Mel Gibson, or I mean Mel Brooks, sorry. B. Arthur wouldn't go near that man.
I think Mel Gibson wouldn't go near her.
I think he'd be afraid of her.
I don't think he'd be afraid. I think he'd be upset. He was like, I can smell what you are. She was Jewish.
She was Jewish?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, it makes sense why she was in Mel Brooks movies.
Yeah,
it's,
right.
It's part of the tribe, huh?
But yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Like you have to sit through. Oh yeah. What do you want to say?
Nothing. I'll come back to it in a minute. So, but no, you're on a good Mel Brooks rant here.
So, yeah, and it's like there's so much of Robin Hood Men in Tights sucks, but you get to the part where they're breaking the sticks and they're like tapping each other's face. That's really funny.
It's really funny.
Really funny. But there's so much that was like, God, would you just like fucking nobody gets these Jewish jokes. I get them.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think I got all of them.
Oh yeah, but then you're right. It's got some of that vaudeville stuff, and it's like, all right, let's knock down all the knights like Legos. You know, like so this is like a 4-minute long scene. So it's just like, come on, Mel, help me out here. And then like, so that's the problem with Spaceballs is it's like nothing but that.
That's it.
So I can't think of a really good funny joke in that entire movie.
No, it's just all exaggerated gag jokes that are.
See, like the butt pads are kind of funny, all right. So, but that's about it, you know. On the stormtroopers,
yeah,
helmet is a giant fucking helmet.
Yeah,
and so he's like a pre-bobblehead bobblehead.
No, I just
it's like
keep going to it. Just there's an old
Schwartz. So
So the whole joke is that what is it because you're saying it funny?
I guess.
It's like that's the whole joke.
Yeah,
you're saying this in a funny Jewish way.
Right.
Like, okay, so there's a couple parts of that movie that are so retarded, right? And they're fast, right?
Yeah.
His best jokes in those movies are the fast ones.
Yeah.
There's a part where the radar dish gets hit with a thing of jam, He says we've been jammed.
jammed. Yeah, okay.
Joke takes 2 seconds and it's funny.
It's pretty good. Yeah, okay.
Right? Because he says it in all earnest, we've been jammed.
Jammed.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
But the shit that just goes on is like, it's like, yes, I get it. She's a truish princess. It's not funny. The best joke is there's like, so they're out there combing, they have combs.
Right, yeah.
Takes 5 seconds. It's funny.
Yeah.
And the fact that the black guy has a pick instead of a comb.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's not just like constantly pounding you with good jokes like Young Frankenstein or fucking, well, the classic one, Blazing Saddles. So, which a lot of people don't even like, but you know,
I don't love it the way other people do.
oh my god, I don't think there's a movie that he's made that made me laugh harder than that one so consistently and over and over and over again.
I've never watched it.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know if it hits the same way that it does. The funny thing was my parents let me watch it when I was in like 7th grade. So, and then I got trouble at school for saying particular words the next week. So, you know,
the ones that aren't meant for you?
yeah, they're not. So, but I didn't know that at the time. So, because my parents never sat me down and said, now, all right,
You know these
you can't
words.
go identify kids at school who, you know, fit the profile now. So, you know. But I mean, like, there's so many. Like, my favorite joke in that entire one is where that guy yells at Mongo and he says, "You can't park that here," and he just goes over and he, rather than punch the dude, he punches his fucking horse. It's such a good joke. So, or like my favorite one in the entire thing. So they build a toll booth, which is a complete Warner Brothers like fucking Looney Tunes kind of thing, to slow down the posse that's coming after them.
Right.
It's in the middle of the desert. There's no fence. So yeah, and everybody comes over there like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like, you know, 10 cents pass. And it's like, well, fuck, someone go back to town and get a shitload of time. Yeah. And they wait there. It's so dumb, but it's a great little joke.
It's a great little joke. That's it.
When they pull the hand card out at the very beginning. So
That's Mel Brooks too.
that's Mel Brooks, where they're stuck in quicksand, all right, and they throw in a rope, and they say, "Oh, they threw us a rope," and they say, "I tied it around a hand card," and then they pull the hand card out. So, and they're like, "Man, we almost lost $400 hand card," and the two black guys are like, "We're gonna die."
It's like that. Those are the best jokes in like
jokes.
history of the world. It's Moses dropped 5 commandments.
Right. 15 trash. 10 commandments.
That's funny.
That's great. So yeah, well, and all the B. Arthur parts are fantastic in that one too. But then there's another joke in that one that really hits. What the fuck is it?
In the beginning or at the end?
Oh, I think it's no. It's where he's in Rome.
Well,
I can't remember what it is. So it's before he gets to B. Arthur.
okay.
I can't remember.
I can't.
Or maybe it's the Egyptian part.
What Egyptian part?
I'm thinking of a different movie then. I think it was an Egyptian part.
No, that's the closest part to it. Yeah. So there's they spent way too much time with the one joke in the French Revolution. Because it's like is it really getting funnier every time he says it's good to be the king?
No.
Is he really getting funnier?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Again, I don't hate the movie, right? And I actually, of all things, I kind of like the Spanish Inquisition like musical, right? Because there's one.
That is pretty good.
Right? There's one. It's not the whole movie, right? It's silly. It's actually kind of catchy, right? So you got some good things going on here, but it's only like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just hammering you with like dumbass jokes, but or like extended, like, please roll this around and be fun. Oh, you know what? That's the other part I like is when is when they're with Jesus, right? And it's not the prolonged joke. It's when Da Vinci says, "When everybody want to be in the picture, get on the other side of the table." I'm like, that's funny.
That's funny, yeah.
Because I have that somewhere in my house.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's right. Why are they on one side of the table?
Yeah. That's right. He's taking the picture.
Yeah, he's taking
the picture of Jesus.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, some of these movies just you have to give them so, and I'm not willing to give it up, man. Especially like if I want a movie that's 1,000 jokes a minute and like so many of them land, I can go watch The Naked Gun, and it's as funny as you remember.
It is.
You always see that there's something else going on in the background that you missed the first time around, right?
Don't Call Me Shirley.
Oh, the airplane movies, yeah.
Oh, that was Airplane.
Airplane.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He made 3 of those, right?
Airplane?
No, Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen all 3 of them. It's been a long
The
time.
first one is okay.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen one like pop up on TV like ever.
Well, man, and then there's what those dickheads did to that form of comedy. Those guys that made like fucking Date Movie and all those other dumbass
Oh, yeah.
variations of that is disgraceful.
Yeah, I think I've maybe watched 1 or 2 of those things, and they're just.
Well, I think that's actually like grounds for no sales. So if you're dating a girl, she's like, you want to go see like the new Date movie? It's like, no, I don't want to see you ever.
No, I don't want to see you.
Because that means you also love stupid shit, and you're going to drag me to it.
Talladega Nights or
Oh, there you go. That's yeah.
still the Watson and Holmes. That's the dumbest.
There's no reason for that to exist.
It was
Yeah.
so bad. Like I've never seen a movie so bad.
The new one?
Well,
It's not terribly old, but
yeah, I think it's the last one that those two have done together.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't follow it.
It was
oh, I know. Yeah, okay, you're talking. Yeah,
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell.
John C.
and
Reilly.
Reilly. So
It was just so bad, and they're Sherlock Holmes and Watson, and like they turn them into the worst clowns, and I'm just like, this is god awful.
Will Ferrell, man. That's what he does.
Beyond terrible.
I can't think of a single guy in Hollywood who's more overrated than he is. So
He's fine in some things.
yeah,
I think he's fine when it's not all about him.
everybody loves Anchorman. I don't get it.
No, I don't
get it. I do not get that movie.
But again, I do like that one with him and Marky Mark.
The
other guys.
other guys, that was good.
That movie's delightful.
It is. That one.
I expected nothing from it. I was laughing my balls off.
It is really good.
Yeah, so most overrated in Hollywood.
I don't know.
What a great question. Oh my gosh.
He's probably my guy. So I cannot.
Argue with that.
He just cannot make me laugh, man. So maybe I'll have to go watch that. So what was it again?
The other guy.
That one
It's,
I'll give it a shot.
it's really entertaining.
I'm always willing to give somebody a shot, but I watched him for years, so on different things, and then,
Like I could take him in small doses, like in Old School. He's not the main guy, and it's doesn't get too far. But even then,
I could see that, yeah.
So in small doses, like he's good. He's a good contrast. He runs with everything. Like it's fine, but when him and John C. Reilly go together, they are just.
And they just let the camera roll.
It's just not.
I think I'm going to go with Seth Rogen. So
Okay.
He's gone, isn't he? Like I haven't seen him in.
good.
No, he's still around. He's actually making stuff right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in.
Well,
Anything.
he's making series.
Okay. Well, but all those movies he made, like the with the end of the world thing. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Stupid.
It was
So fucking dumb. So I don't know if this is cheating, but I want to go Kevin Hart.
I like Kevin Hart. I am entertained a lot by him.
So
I do not like him as the rabbit in the Pet.
he does
movie.
scream at you.
Yeah, but he usually does it pretty funnily. Like in Jumanji, he's fantastic.
No, he was the worst part of that movie.
He kind of was, yeah.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
he just screams all the time, man. It doesn't make it funnier. And then, when he was a rabbit, I was like, I'm done with you.
I did not like him.
Because the only way I could make it through his parts was I
muted it.
No, I didn't mute it. I fucking broke both of my eardrums with 2 pencils just so I keep watching the fucking movie. It's torpedo. It's really hard because
I don't want to hear anything else after this.
well, it pissed me off because I love the animation style of those movies so much. The designs on those pets, especially those dogs, is so heartwarming. I love this. I love this so much.
Which movie was this?
Secret Life of Pets.
Oh, yeah.
You could see the animators having such a good time.
And then they made Kevin Hart like the focus of the second.
Yeah, that's true. He wasn't in the first, so...
It was fine in the first because it would be just...
He was there for a minute.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy, but the second one, it was just like, no, I don't need this weird, annoying rabbit.
You guys took the wrong lessons from this. Like, I get that people are like, well, I liked him because he's in it for this much.
Right.
Yeah.
You can yell at me for a little while,
Yeah,
You
but
can't yell at me throughout the entire movie.
it's like, God, it was like anything with Martin Lawrence in it. It's the same fucking thing. Like, Black Knight may be the dumbest movie I've ever seen.
I think I've seen that.
It was pretty bad.
I think we watched that here.
I know I've seen it.
But
I know we watched it on the rig once.
I
But
love Nothing to Lose.
Nothing to Lose is fine. You know what? And it's the same thing. Like Bad Boys 1 is fun.
Yeah, Bad Boys.
The second one is
Then it starts getting dumb, yeah.
it starts. I mean, it starts. There's rats humping
Rats humping.
in Bad Boys 2. And they have to show this this dumbass grin on the rat. And it's like 4 minutes of CGI with that going on, so that the whole joke is like Martin Lawrence comes up and says like, man, them 2 rats was humping.
Yeah, it got bad. But yeah,
That's like the whole joke.
the first one comes on, I'll happily watch it again. I like the first.
I haven't seen that in ages.
Look, my guilty pleasure movies on these where I'm like, I know these aren't great, but I love them as like Rush Hour is
I loved Rush Hour. That was like my number one.
Rush Hour 1 is fantastic.
Yeah.
2, I like 2. I don't know if there's more.
There's a third one.
Is it any good? Or is it just more the same but worse?
Worse.
Okay.
Yeah. Second one still had the solid plot going through it, and they brought in. The second one is the one where, no, first one's the Vegas one, right? No,
Okay.
where it's got the girl from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
She Asian?
Yeah,
Okay.
is that the first one or the second one?
The second one is the one that ends in the casino, but it's not
Yeah.
Vegas, it's the casino. It's like the Chinatown casino.
Yeah.
And that's the
Okay.
one with the banners, right?
Yeah,
That's
that is the second one. Yeah, the third one is I think they go to Paris.
They go to Paris? All right, well, that's kind of funny.
I
Like,
think they go to Paris.
Yeah.
like
But yeah, it was really good. The first one I absolutely loved.
I like it. No, that's a movie that I don't know. I probably shouldn't like it as much as I do. It's just,
I actually liked Chris Tucker though.
well, I like this.
You hated him from Fifth Element.
There's nothing I hate more than this.
See, that movie is my guilty pleasure. I'll watch that movie whenever it's on TV.
I like a lot of parts of that, but that his appearance just like stop, because there comes a point where that movie stops being a movie, and then it attacks me. It's just like any movie
We're on the cruise ship. I know. Everybody knows that part, man. It's like get to the fighting. Please get to the fighting. Yeah. So, yeah.
it's just like when it comes at you, I'm like, I don't deserve this.
Right.
What did I do?
I don't know, man. Like that movie, that one's one of my guilty pleasures.
Is there any white person that screams like that? So like you have Chris Tucker, Kevin Hart.
Any
Is
white?
there any white person that is?
So, in the old days, you probably don't remember a guy named Sam Kinison, but
That's a long time
Oh
ago.
wow, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Sam Kinison would do some yelling.
Didn't he cuss all the time too?
A little bit,
Oh.
but I mean, it was all just like a modified part of his stand-up routine. But he would do that if it's other white people who screamed a lot. Patrick, this is
I don't know. I mean, white people, there's white actors who have their own annoying tics that, just like Adam Sandler's mind,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll never listen to another Sloppy Joe's routine again, ever, in my entire life.
Oh yeah.
So,
Have you seen Uncut Gems?
No,
I
does
wanted
it
to
have
watch
it in it?
I guess he's like it's a serious role.
No,
And
I saw the one with Selma
really-
Hayek and I didn't buy it. So yeah.
I hear it's really good.
So no, I don't know. There's just been a few actors over the years that just really get under my skin. I can see the Chris Tucker one. I don't know. He was so good in fucking Friday though.
But that's the thing is he's great in that, but
Yeah.
it's just why it's like do this, turn it up to 11.
Jim Carrey used to be that way.
You know what? The earlier it was, the more annoying it was.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know when it was on, but it was on a while ago. To do like the original Mask is unwatchable.
Terrible.
It is absolutely unwatchable.
You can't.
You cannot do it. Yeah. So,
Like if you're actually like I hate to always keep threatening your guys' families, but it's like if somebody like held a gun to your children, they said, "Go find me the most '90s product you can. Go find your copy of The Mask," and that's
yeah.
because there's a time period. I think you and I joked about this once where the whole '90s aesthetic was to come across as somewhat unhinged, right?
Well, yeah, Jim Carrey did that better than anybody.
Yeah. It was the character. It's like, this is funny because he's just a little bit off kilter.
A little bit on edge. Yeah.
Right?
So,
Right?
never know what he's going to do.
Liar Liar was like one of my favorites.
Liar Liar's a little bit different, though.
Yeah, he doesn't go
There's a little bit more.
extreme throughout the whole movie.
He doesn't want to be doing that.
Right, yeah.
That's the whole thing is like,
What's
I don't want to be Jim Carrey, but I am.
What's the one where he's the cop?
The cop?
Well, yeah, Liar Liar, he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
What's the one where he's the cop? He's like a state trooper.
Yeah, and it's Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon is in that one.
What is this?
You recognize it. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah.
He's got there's like a twin or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
What?
I cannot remember.
I don't know if I...
Well, it's before he gets to his, like, fucking Truman Show stage where he kind of mellows out and, the comedy comes through because, it's still fucking Jim Carrey, but, I can't remember which one that one is called. Yeah. I just remember really liking that movie because it was like Jim Carrey is most tolerable.
At his most tolerable... I think he's at his most tolerable, actually, like, in Bruce Almighty.
That one's good too, yeah.
He's a guy. He's not swinging for the fences like acting. He's still being comedic, but there's still this part of like, you buy it. It's like, yeah.
And then Evan Almighty was terrible.
Evan Almighty is a truly awful movie. The only thing that's good about it is John Goodman plays like fucking John Boehner in it, basically. And he's great. So, he's just like this completely corrupt, evil politician.
I didn't see it.
This is before he lost all his weight, too. And so he's in fine form in this movie. But, Steve Carell is just, his character is so fucking unlovable.
Just terrible.
It's so terrible,
And
man.
he's in it the whole way through, just annoying. It just can't pull off the lines. Like, it just is not.
Oh,
Well, he's great, like individually on certain things. He just had a really bad draw on that character, man.
there you go. Okay, you actually just walked me over to my most overrated Hollywood person. That would be Ed Helms.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, man, that's almost unfair.
I hate Ed Helms.
Everybody hates Ed Helms.
You just hate him from The Office?
Well, where else are you going to get your dose of Ed Helms?
Oh no, he was in those wasn't he in those dumbass Humming and Hangover movies?
Hangover.
That's
He's
what
been he's been in other things too, but
that dude has played Ed Helms. It is just on a scale of 7 to 12 how much Ed Helms he is.
See, like, all right, I'm going to go back to Will Ferrell on this one. because like I have not met too many people who actually like Ed Helms.
He was huge, man. There were people. People love those Hangover movies.
I get that, but then like most of the people that hang out, they have seen all of The Office at least once, and they all come to the same conclusion that the worst part of the show is Ed Helms.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah! So, but like, if I go over to the bar and I say Will Ferrell sucks, fight me, I will get taken up on that offer.
Oh yeah, people that absolutely love Will.
Yeah. I think if I did that with Ed Helms, I'd have to look pretty far in order to find an actual good fight.
So I don't really know, other than the Hangover movies. Like I just see him in bits and pieces here and there. Like he doesn't.
He's not
lead.
much. Yeah,
He doesn't now, but he was in everything there for a minute.
But just as a part.
but just as a bit part, like
he
I don't know, man.
carry, like there's other, like Jason Sudeikis is in a lot of stuff with him, and he full on lead stuff. Like
It's Jason Sudeikis.
yeah, Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Every time you say that name, I keep thinking Gollum.
Oh, that's Andy Serkis, but yeah.
Right.
He's easy to remember because his last name is a circus, and so and that's basically what he does for a living.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a mnemonic device.
Yeah.
I was thinking Amanda Seyfried, but because
Who is she? Where do I know her from? Is she a Species?
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No, that's Natasha Henstridge.
She's in Ted.
She's what?
She's in Ted. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Well, that in one of that part, they bring her up and then she's like, "Oh, that Gollum-looking chick with her eyeballs sticking out."
Oh.
She's pretty and all that stuff, but they made fun of it. And it's like, huh? Okay,
You never unsee it now.
Kind of
Yeah.
stick out a little bit.
So I don't know. Who's the most underrated?
Underrated?
Yeah, underrated.
I'm not good at this on the spot.
Underrated person in Hollywood.
Yeah, just to flip that conversation on its head here for the last minute or two.
So, all right.
The guy, whoever plays Zod,
Michael Shannon?
yeah, I think he's just amazing.
General Zod?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen him in some things. It depends on like how much Zod they make him do.
Right.
Like, so I've seen him in a movie where, God, it's weird.
Fahrenheit one where they burn all the books.
Yeah, that's Fahrenheit 451 from Ray Bradbury. Yes, that's Will. That's.
Sorry, my father.
No, I've read the book. Right, I've taught the book, and you're just treating it like it's just like
That one thing.
That one thing with the kid named Piggy.
I know. He's treating it as like it's a fucking like Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah, it was like fucking pigs and they killed a horse or something. Yeah.
No, there was this one where I can't remember what the plot. I remember liking it, but he's a father, and he and his wife they have a son that's in a medical bed downstairs. It is like this halfway kind of like horror, but like illness thing. I remember liking him in that because he wasn't General Zod at all. But then they made him General Zod in The Shape of Water.
I haven't seen that.
Well, yeah, but like, see, he hasn't been in that much. So, I mean, is he being underrated or just underutilized?
Wasn't he in Boardwalk Empire?
I didn't watch that.
I never watched that. I really should.
I keep meaning to, but
it keeps coming up on my YouTube.
I've heard it's fantastic, but
I'm like,
I just keep forgetting.
Yeah, and well, I don't know how many of them there are.
Is that with
too.
Kelsey Grammer?
No, this is with who's that fucking bug-eyed dude from Everything?
Steve Buscemi?
Is it Steve? Is it Steve? Yeah,
I don't know.
Steve
He's
Buscemi.
bug-eyed.
Yeah, it is Steve Buscemi. And then Donnie Wahlberg's in it too. He plays Al Capone, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he put on a little bit of weight for that one.
And I was gonna say, like, a dude that's always underrated is Casey Affleck. He doesn't get the love because he's actually really good.
Didn't he win an Oscar? Or
Yeah, but that's the thing is, even if he did, they're like, well, you're that other Affleck. So that's where the underrated part comes in, right? That's like being like Wayne Gretzky's brother. who did play hockey.
But you'll always be known as the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one. So
He does really good.
he does do a good job.
Yeah. It's just one of the best fucking movies I've ever seen. His Ghost Story is fantastic. He wears a sheet.
Yeah, he's the ghost.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey Affleck. Okay.
He might be up there. Just people that don't get the love that they deserve.
Well, maybe people that you see over and over again. But they're just not like, on the top of somebody's list. But it really, like, Hollywood would really be missing something if they weren't there. So, I don't know.
See, this is the
You might have to think about
yeah, because I want to throw things in there, like, again, guys that, like, I'm going to be turning to, like, dudes like Ed Harris and stuff, and that's not fair. Because, like, people that know him like him,
Yeah.
but the dude hasn't been in, like, a starring role in...
Ages. Yeah.
Old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's...
That dude...
he should have used a little more sunscreen.
that dude looks like...
I mean, he was in Westworld, and it looked
That's
like
right, that's what you told me. Yeah.
It looked like
Yeah.
he got old in that show. Like,
No, it looks like his face is just part of, like, a Moab.
yeah.
Like, people go there to climb it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he had a mix of both starring and supporting roles over the years. So he was probably one of the best bad guys.
I can give you that.
Yeah. Even though he only did it in like one or two movies.
The Rock. This movie sucks. I like it.
I do too.
It's fun to watch.
But it's
like you would transport these in glass fucking Christmas ornaments. Got it. Thanks for helping us out with that.
a fucking cardboard box would be safer.
Right? Yeah. Just put some newspaper in it.
It's like people ship China every day.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, but no, let's put it in a tube. And connect it with fucking scotch tape. So I'd have a scene where, like, there's shit blowing up, and you got to be real careful with this thing. I haven't seen that one in a little while. So,
No, it's. I remember like.
Did Sean Connery pass away?
yeah, he died a couple years ago. But he hadn't actually been in a movie since the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh,
Yeah, he had been retired for like 15 fucking years. So,
okay.
yeah. And, he wouldn't answer the questions when people ask him. It was like, how do you feel about your last movie?
it never happened.
You do know what he turned down.
In order to be that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard the story before. What was it?
He
Oh, he was going to be Gandalf.
was gonna be Gandalf,
Gandalf. That's right.
but
And Ian McKellen got it instead.
he was like, no, I already signed on to something.
Right, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And then he did commit. This will be my last movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then he lived up to that. So,
Well, I mean, that's Sean Connery though. He first and foremost, I don't think he was a genius. I don't think that he always picked roles that, like, I don't think he read the script necessarily per se and is like, there's genius in this, right?
no.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
like, Dragonheart's not good. It's fine. I don't
One of
hate
the
it.
few movies with Dennis Quaid that I can tolerate.
Right.
So,
I mean, I don't hate it.
I mean, it looks bad now. So,
It's unforgivable. But yes, but
it's not as bad as The Mask. Yeah.
I've never watched Cable Guy either.
Cable Guy.
That was
you
supposed
didn't
to
miss
be
much.
Oh,
the
no.
worst of it.
Well, people like throw this like worst. What are you guys talking about? Worst? Like,
I don't know.
it was obnoxious. It's like, it's not fucking Godzilla 98 worst.
Or no, that
Matthew
was
Broderick.
That was your first problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like his
He's
first
not
movie since Ferris Bueller.
No, he'd been in lots of shit. So
I don't remember what else he, because I wouldn't be watching that shit. I'd be like, Well, I don't even like the movie that people like you in.
Ferris Bueller, you don't like that one?
Again, that's another one of those pantheon movies. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you hold this to be such genius?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if you want to sit there and look at like movies from that time period and say what was actually funny, you know what? Weird Science is so funny.
I never saw that.
I never saw that one either.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys anymore.
I watch Carnosaur.
I've seen all 4 Critters movies.
Gross. Oh, yeah, shoot. All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm hitting the button.
I watched all 4 Critters movies.
Good for you, Jeffrey.